I'm Liam Knight.
My name is Toby Rudolf.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What are we doing?
We are stuck in the middle.
A Stuck in the Middle podcast, it's the shit.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
You're an idiot for not watching it.
Welcome to Stuck in the Middle podcast. I am Eloni Vunakece, the guest for today, and I'm actually flipping the interview on its head and interviewing the hosts. Toby Rudolf, Liam Knight. Take it away, gents.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us on your
welcome to my
podcast.
podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I'll do the honours.
Sorry.
Another episode of Stuck in the Middle
corner.
podcast. Thank you for taking my job and for looking better than both of us today. Thanks for taking the time out, mate.
No problem. Also, I've taken a bit of your time. I was actually legitimately skateboarding, not poser skateboarding my way here, and I've cost you guys 5 minutes. But Fiji time, like time's a social
Fiji
construct,
time.
so
Fiji
time it was. I'm sorry, everyone, but
that's all right.
Thanks for having me.
Now?
I'm really pumped to be with you boys, and spend a bit of time yarning. Talanoa, we call it in Fiji. Just
Talanoa?
yeah,
Talanoa?
talk.
Yeah.
Not for Talanoa, he's tongue, but yeah. Fiji, mate. Fiji time.
Throw a blanket. It's okay, mate. We're happy to have you here now, and thanks for making the time. You want to tell us a bit about yourself? Tell the listeners out there who you are, what you're doing.
I want to introduce you first, actually, properly.
Cool. Yeah.
We have today Eloni Vunakece, former Roosters player, father, reality TV star, garbage man, and the man who hates a carb more than anyone in the world. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
There we
Fiji
go.
International.
Fiji International.
You never get anything right.
I'm sweating even more now.
That's
Oh,
all
we
good. Thank
get there.
you
We
for
get
having
there.
me.
Tough start.
Does a great intro, and thank you. I'm really pumped to be here and excited.
Where did
Chat
it all
away.
start for you? Where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Australia? Did you grow up
Born in
Fiji?
Fiji?
I actually did grow up in Australia. Grew up in Sydney born and bred. I was actually born we're in Paddington at the moment.
Yeah.
I was born a stone's throw away at the Women's Hospital in Paddington. So I'm a Rooster through and through for life. Born around the corner from Roosters. That's like one of those full circle moments. In life, you look back and in my case, that's what it was. Story was, mum's Aussie, AFL background from a small country town in Victoria. Dad's Fijian, grew up playing rugby, so by all rights I should not have ever played the game of rugby league, but that's where I sort of plied my trade, and is where I sort of threw my head into the ring and got an opportunity at that great game late in the piece for me. So
Yeah, it was one of those stories. What about like growing up, 15, 16, 17, playing footy, obviously footy was the goal. Where were you going to school? Going to school around here?
So I grew up all over Sydney. After my folks split after I was 8, so sort of rough, like a lot of boys from footy circles, come from those split homes, So didn't really have a dad figure much for those years, like around and present in the day or at home and at home every day. But my mum remarried when I was, I think, 13 to a guy who's quadriplegic. His name's Andy Cooper. His dad actually played in the first ever Sharks team. He's Shark number 3
wow.
back in the set. Yeah, so my stepdad Andy and my granddad sort of helped shape me through my path in those early formative years. At 16, I was watching it was over here at Allianz Stadium. Rupeni there running around for Fiji. They lost to Scotland in the semis, and that was heartbreaking for me. I remember watching every Fijian kid is a rugby fanatic. You got it in the blood, and you just bleed it, man. You just bleed it. And they lost to Scotland in I think it was the quarterfinals. And I said to myself that day, Rupeni scored 2 of the best sort of solo tries you ever come across. I think Akiwate scored a couple possibly better against France in the 2008 World Cup, but Rupeni, just was a shining light for me. I needed another hero to look after, role model. Yeah. And that was one of those big sort of those gun performances that you sort of want to model yourself on, and something to strive to. So at 16, I said to myself, I'm going to play for Fiji one day. And that was the path that I was sort of set on. I was playing union at the time. I was actually a winger, playing rugby union.
Wow.
On the wing at the time, so
Wow.
I was quick at one point, and then I don't know where the speed went. They threw me in. They tied me with the front row brush alongside you two, and
We're all stuck in the middle.
all hot
we're
boys
all stuck in the middle. It happened. I was in the centres, and I slowly moved in. A couple injuries. We all had skill at one point and a bit of speed, and then
The skill just wavered.
the years go on, and unfortunately we get worse and worse, and we just get plugged with the pluggers.
I was my own worst enemy. I just was a hard worker at training. I just somehow squeezed into a Jersey flag side at the Tigers, and I was just a hard worker.
Tigers
Training.
Junior, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Holy Cross ride. Mitch Moses, Woodsy went there. Junior one, one of the other Fijian boys. Pretty good pedigree coming out of the school. For a pretty small school. So yeah, so came through the Tigers system. I wasn't playing. I missed Harold Matts. I missed Jersey Flag. I never played. Oh, sorry, I played Jersey Flag, but I never played Harold Matts SG ball. I never played any of that. I was actually rowing. I was a rower.
How
in school.
Shit is rowing? Did you enjoy it? Because there was my most hated sport.
I enjoy it. So like, a lot of people, if you follow me on socials, I base my life around like embracing the reps. You know, like I've got 4 kids. I'm a dad of 4, so I understand, and I do actually skate. And from what I've learned from skating is, it's literally just thousands and thousands upon thousands of reps. Yeah. I go with my kids at the moment. It's a thing to like race to 1,000,000 reps. You know, so I break it down to it's about. I think it's 274 reps a day for 10 years. If I started with my 3-year-old who's just turned 4, if we chase that many reps a day of anything, it doesn't have to be anything in particular, but we keep hammering away at those reps, and we get to 1,000,000 reps by the time she's 13 years old. So she's going to be in pretty good stead for whatever life throws her, you know.
That's an insane breakdown.
That is, it's mad. That's mad.
But it's cool. Like awesome. imagine if we had like, let's say worked on a pass skill from so the age of 3, which she does. Like she comes to me and says, "Dad, play a passing game," because she plays footy. She plays in under 6s over at Holy Cross too. So
you're an athletic girl, hey. I think your kids are just little. They just have so much energy, running around, always out.
They're not naturally athletic, but that's the thing. It's just been work for them. So you've got to have that good blend. You know, we were lucky enough to have Orbo. I don't know how talented Orbo was at the start, but mate, he would outwork anyone. Like he's one of the hardest working footy players, and I'm not sure what he's up to now, but I'm sure that stuff transitions across to whatever he's doing now. So
yeah, where do you reckon you developed that hardworking ability? You know, not ability, but like mentality throughout your career. How old were you reckon you adopted it?
It would have been probably from my rowing days. So actually, I know where it came in. So I would have. I like to look at my story as like a blend of a couple of things, right? I got my dad, my Fijian dad. He's big, strong, like alpha type.
You got the hair? Is that where the hair comes from?
Yeah, that's where hair comes from. Yeah, nice. Complexion, musculature, I guess, comes from him too. Mum's pretty lean too, though, and she's Aussie. She was pretty athletic too. My mum, and my grandma.
Guessing the blue eyes came from her as well.
Mum's side.
That's a nice little pickup.
Yeah, not a bad. I'm definitely not complaining about
it. No, I mean, neither am I looking at you. Jeez.
Thanks, thank you. Oh god! All right, now I'm sweating. Now I'm sweating big time.
Yeah, go on.
But that I guess that drive, you know. So I got my dad, my big strong alpha type dad. Then I got my stepdad. Right, my stepdad's in a wheelchair. Right, he's quadriplegic. My mum and him met. While he was going through his rehab, so he was in America in Aspen, I think it was, in Colorado, snowboarding. Really? Coming down a mountain, first day snowboarding, skied for ages. He used to run marathons. Right, he's tough, like mentally tough, like physically tough, physically strong. Coming down a mountain, tried to get on his back edge, slipped, head butted a tree, shattered his C4, C5, severed spinal cord, almost like there was like a millimeter hanging on, but full quad. So he can't physically show me how to do anything, but like as a formative, like 14-year-old teenager, I had him just explaining to me, you know, like when you go to the gym, you're going to do this, da, 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 da. And then, so I've taken from him, so he got him and my granddad as well. So his dad, he was actually, the S&C at the Bulldogs back in the 80s when they won all their comps. So he's just like a ferocious man. He's just he's a bulldog, man. He's a country boy. From Port Macquarie, just tough, man. Just tough through. Like he still hits you today, and like fucking hell, he just bashed me ribs up. Mate, like he played with Artie Bates in that back in the, like just tough old heads from the country, you know. So I had those two. Sorry, I made this the longest winded story ever. Where he where the tenacity stuff came from, I just said to him, I'm looking at my stepdad, I'm like, oi, if he could walk for 10 minutes of one day left in his life, he'd do that. So who am I to be, you know, if I'm going to whinge and complain about any tough bits of my day? Like if he could walk for just 10 minutes of one more day of his life,
more to give up to
he'd be up. He would not stop running. He would run till he died, I reckon. So who are we, you know, with fully capable bodies to whinge or complain about anything like, you know, like I would run a garbage when I was at Roosters. I'd wake up at it was, I think, 3 o'clock to get up, cook breakfast. Then I'd go and run a garbage run for 8Ks, then drive straight to train and get changed in the car park, run onto the field. So, like, Robert would be like, mate, do you want to warm up? I'm like, no, I'm good. Just go. Let's run.
warm.
If we've got to run, I'm good. Let's go. And I go and run and try and win conditioning, because that's the only, I couldn't tackle, I couldn't pass. I'm legit, I'm not even joking. Like, I did not learn a skill. I did not know how to do any footy skill
Just hard
until I
worker.
got to Roosters. And they taught me all the skills that I had. I could run, and then doing the garbage stuff, I'd spent a year sprinting behind the back of a truck for an opportunity, and then that came, and I sort of ran with what I'd had. I always had my stepdad in the back of my head, like, if he could walk for 10 minutes a day, he'd sprint every second and not stop and not waste one of them. So
I think we'll definitely touch.
I'll
on
do
more
him a
of the-
disservice if I'm
give
not
your all.
doing that.
Yeah, we'll
That's it.
definitely touch
Exactly right.
more on the garbage run and the Roosters career parallel, but it's an amazing perspective, obviously, to have such a young age, just to see someone struggling and then, be able to take that on and just work hard and they appreciate what you got. It's probably needed a lot more in these days. I think people have a lot of complaints about some simple things and.
Yeah, even hearing like footy players like complain about training. Obviously, training's hard, but like a lot of players don't know what a real job is like.
No.
They don't know what it's like for yourself before getting up at 3 a.m. to do a garbage run to then go into a training session. Like that is obviously, in itself, just sort of not like it's mind-boggling. Like to actually, when I'm in pre-season, in the middle of the hardest training of the year. I'm getting all my rest. I'm making sure I'm doing nothing during the day, so I have my best foot forward.
It's so taxing, man. I remember looking around some of the boys. I'm like, all right, some of these guys are like 5, 6, 8, 10 years younger than me, and they look older than I did. Because I hadn't done all those pre-seasons.
Yeah.
I was looking at guys who were 10, 11 years deep in. I reckon that 4-month pre-season just would put
Takes
3 to 4 years of
Stress.
total stress
Years off your
on your
life,
life.
yeah.
Yeah, big time. It would. But then again, what's the trade-off? I mean, you may get hit by a bus tomorrow, and it was all worth it. So
True.
there's a couple of different ways to look
Rugby
at
league
it.
will give you so much. It'll take a bit. It'll take
Exactly.
a lot out of you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just gives you so much. Like the friendships, the relationships, the lessons you learn, like the discipline, everything that comes with it. Like it's amazing.
It's one of the hardest. I reckon it's probably up there with one of the hardest sports on earth.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
So, I think that gets lost a little bit and all. So,
So take us through how old were you when you signed with the Roosters?
signed with the Roosters. I don't know if I was 29 or 30. It was-
Hadn't played a game in first grade.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You signed
Look,
at
the
29.
window. Like I'd thought the window had shut well and truly. I got to 26 and I was like, I haven't even played one first grade game, and I was going to trial for a Fijian team, of which I had to be an NRL player to get to be anywhere in there. I had to go through the whole trial path. I had to travel around the whole bloody world just to get a trial, and I was like, I'm up against Ashton Sims, Petro, Semi Ranjandra, Mirka Korobidi, literally some of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
And I rolled the dice and got a chance. It was just I was saying to myself, I was like, look, I'm 26. This is the last roll of the dice. It's now or never. So, chanced my hand, got in that side, and went back to friends. I think the year before I actually met Robbo. It was 2011. I think it was. I actually met Robbo in Toulouse. So he coached it. So I played I spent 3 years playing in Toulouse before all of this.
So it's just rugby league, not union.
League, yeah. I wish
yeah.
rugby. Rupeni there was actually playing at Toulouse when I was there. So
Not bad.
I actually I got to speak to him on the phone once, which was pretty cool. So they say never met your idols, but no, it was pretty cool to have it. I said like Bulla to him, and that was about it. But so
what
yeah,
you say.
I was a pretty big moment
Is
for
that
him.
the only word they got?
Bulla
Yeah.
means hello.
Yeah. I know.
It means
don't know
like
these things,
life.
right?
It means it's more. There's more. My definition of it is more like a phrase. Like it's more like a greeting. Like
The
a
motto,
Like
Hakuna Matata?
life. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
aloha. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Bulla,
Yeah. Bulla, bulla, yeah.
So
It
So
means like life
when
to
you went to France, that was sort of you thought, I'll just travel with footy
Well, yeah.
now.
So I was 24 when I went to France. Footy coach, my flag coach said to me, he goes, "Oh mate, he goes, not everyone can play first grade, so use footy as a tool to see the world." So it's funny.
Fair.
Mel and I were watching Freddie Mercury sing. It's the Freddie Mercury movie. I think it's the Queen movie.
Yeah.
The other day, and we're watching him sing Live Aid at Wembley, and we were like just sitting there going, "What the hell?" Like we played the semi final of the 2013 World Cup
That's mad.
at Wembley Stadium. And I was like, and I was just pinching myself that Freddie Mercury had played there. Like,
Yeah.
I got a question for you both.
Go on then.
Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, Prince, George Michael. Take your pick.
It's either
Freddie Mercury.
it's either Freddie Mercury or Prince. The great Dan, I saw your head nod there. I'm gonna say I heard the story about Prince that he got some like NFL player's house one time or something, The NFL player goes to his house, like he's renting his house off him in LA somewhere. He goes to his house. He walks in like 1 week when he rents it out to him, and it's like the way he left it, like, you know, really nice furniture everywhere and stuff. Goes in a week later after Prince moved in. Everything's purple. The walls are purple. The carpets are purple.
Sounds like my
He was
kind of
renting it. Yeah, he was renting it, man. And he was like freaking out. He called Prince. He's like, mate, what have you done to my house? I'm sure Prince didn't say, mate. This is me. Anyway, he goes, what have you done to my house? He goes, look, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be there for 6 months. By the time I go, it'll be like nothing ever happened. He wired him like, I'm gonna make these numbers up. Wired him 100 grand. It was some like significant number.
Yeah.
Wired him 100 grand, and then by 6 months was up, he went back into his house exactly the same he left it. So for that story, like Freddie's got some crazy stories too, I'm sure, and I've seen the movie. But yeah, Prince, I've seen him like sort of the way he interacts with his fans. They're both very similar, but Prince.
Yeah. I'm Prince too, man.
I think Freddie Mercury.
Prince was a cool cat. Prince was a cool cat.
I like his style. I like
Prince number one for me.
Freddie Mercury, he was amazing,
I'm a big Purple fan. I love Purple.
Purple Rain?
He was, Well, just the colour.
I got a question for you both, actually. You know, it's been racking my brain.
Shit question, bro.
No, you know how I just don't understand. It's you know how a car and a bus shares the same lane in the roads, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand how a car and a bus have almost the same width, but on the bus there's a hallway and there's 2 seats either side. Like,
I can explain it actually.
explain it to me. And they can barely get 3 seats in the car.
Yeah. So this is how it works, right?
Yeah,
so
here you go.
A bus, you're sitting on the edge of the bus. The glass is that thin, right?
Yeah.
When you sit in a car, the door is about that thick.
How thick?
About that thick.
In centimeters, what's that, about 20?
I want to say that, and then you got is that like door, as well as like on the bus you're sitting on the tire, on the car you're sitting on the edge of the tire, so you got the door and then the tire as well. So that's why you're sort of more compact in a car. If a car was built like a bus, firstly everyone would die when they crash. Is that a good enough answer? Do you like that answer?
Yeah, I'm all right with it. I don't know if I'm completely satisfied, but
Lonnie, have you got a?
No, I'm perplexed as well. Like I drive my truck is like, she's a big boy, right?
yeah,
So
same as a car.
I
lane.
jam it down some of the tightest streets in Newtown you would have ever seen, and like, I'm millimeters either side. And like, I wouldn't drive it down the street in my car. How is this thing even? It's an illusion. It's all an illusion.
Yeah, there's so much wasted space in the car.
Maybe it's something about reality and the Matrix and stuff like
It
that.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Unplugged,
He thinks he's figured it out. I just don't believe it.
I think that's.
If anyone's going to figure it out,
It's an illusion, man.
Well, look, hey.
I appreciate your opinion, though.
Look, to the listeners listening to this podcast, to the thousands and thousands,
sense,
let me there. Does that make sense? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is it a Matrix or is it just a poorly built car? I don't know.
Yeah, if you have any insights, please send them through because I have not been sleeping lately.
It's all an illusion. It's physics.
An illusion
And physics?
Conspiracy.
Yeah. Interesting.
The electrons actually aren't
conspiracy.
there. They're actually closer than what
It's a
they
conspiracy,
seem.
just like COVID.
You were with
Anyway,
physics.
moving on.
You're meant to be able to put your hand through your hand because technically.
It's
But
all
it's
a
not,
vacuum.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's not real.
Oh, is this physics with front rows? Is that
Oh
is
my
that the next
God.
segment?
Physics with front rows and
Yeah,
stuff in
we're
the
going to
middle.
crack the code.
Heavy concussions and physics with front rows. How good.
I think you got us in a room together with some weird music. We'll figure it all out.
Yeah. I'm keen.
Lots of eye contact and the heater on.
Isn't the heater on now already?
Nah, that's just you, brother.
That's just me. Yeah, that's just me. I thought so.
So,
you
anyway, back to the real world.
Met Robbo in 2011, as you said.
Yeah, in the little dingy bloody change room in France. And,
Had he seen you play? Sorry.
No. I don't think so. I don't think anyone had seen me play, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
I was playing in the back
misses.
room at like Tigers. I wasn't even getting a run at Tigers. I was playing like park footy down there.
Yeah, right.
So my brother-in-law was coached by him at Newcastle in 20s, and he just so happened to be in our change room talking to one of the boys that he had in his Catlands Dragon system when he was coaching Catlands.
Yep.
And he goes, "Oh mate, go and introduce you to Robert. He's a good guy, good coach." So I went and said g'day, and I'm glad I did because a couple of years later he handed me sort of all my dreams and in one on a plate. So
because I thought for some reason I thought you were always playing for Wyong and you were down at Central Coast.
Everyone's always like, "Have you moved down from the coast?" And
Yeah.
I've always lived in Sydney.
I swear on the footy show they said that you lived there.
Yeah, right.
I swear they did.
Yeah, I'll wear that. That's all right.
Okay. Well, anyway.
But yeah, born and raised in Sydney and lived here my whole life. Like lived sort of Cronulla and Ryde area. So that's where I reside now. So
then you came back from France and you got a job as a garbo. Well, how did that happen?
yeah, pretty much. What was I doing? I can't even bloody remember. It's too long ago now. I moved back from France. I always picked jobs that sort of worked around our footy schedule. I had to, so jobs that finished up early enough to be able to sort of work there. What's that?
What else did you get up to?
Other jobs I had?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Fluffer?
Around footy. I worked as what'd you say?
Fluffer.
Fluffer. That's your
Flexible
kind of job.
hours.
Yeah.
You're
I
definitely.
thought I saw you. That's why I was asking. The guy looked just like you.
Heaps of guys looking like this around, eh?
Yeah, exactly right. That's what I thought.
Oh, handlebars. Whoa. Good chat.
Oh, good
So,
stuff.
failed
I'm
jobs.
going
Alright, what else
to
we
belt
doing?
it
Yeah,
for
so
that.
other than Fluffer, what else are you doing?
I was unloading frozen food in actually myself and Junior and Gither were doing unloading containers. We were just doing work, just odd labouring jobs that finished sort of around lunchtime so we could get home, rest up for training, stuff like that. So just labouring like with actually Sammy Mo. We had a pretty good pedigree of footy players that came through. Me, Sammy Moa worked for this guy just doing some labouring, and Kim Uas, who's another guy who played at Warriors and he was a hooker for Tonga as well. So, but I guess those kind of guys too. Some of those guys were guys who were like, you'll never make it, So, and I was like,
Thanks,
really
mate.
nice.
That's a really nice thing to
thanks
say,
for the
yeah.
fuel, mate. Like,
Yeah, those guys obviously-
what my coach at my gym where I'm at now, he's teaching me about like positive reinforcer and negative reinforcer. So I was like, I figured out late that I was a negative reinforcer, So, and now I look back and thank all those guys because without them, like saying, you'll never amount to anything or you never make it. Like I use that as fire to sort of get, just get 10 times further than what I would have done had they have not said that to me,
Yeah.
So
It's interesting
I'm
how people
thankful
do that though, eh? Like they obviously didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve, and then like they project their shit onto
just
you.
their negativity.
You won't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, all right, thanks, mate.
I hate like. How can I don't know how you can be that way, Like, just
imagine
hate on people for trying, Like it's a shit way to
Shout
get
out to
through
the
life.
keyboard warriors out there sitting on the couches and
Yeah.
eating their shit food and bagging out players doing their best.
There's just negativity in this world these days, but that's just the way life is these days. I
It's
mean,
the currency, yeah.
there's a lot of things to be negative about, and you can choose to either be negative about it or you can choose to, just brush that shit aside and just be like, you know what, I'm here, I'm in a great country, I'm like, I got food on the table, got a roof over my head. It's just all about
There's
perspective,
opportunities, man. There's opportunities literally around every corner. Like I go back to Fiji. Like there's not many opportunities for those guys over there. Like, and I sit here and compare and stuff.
That's
Like,
just a big thing.
what are you like? You're whinging about like
The perspective of life.
all you got to do is just try and like
Everyone
you're
can
halfway
be
there.
hard done by. Everyone's got blaming something for someone for something. At the end of the day, no one's going to help you except yourself. And you can't really help those people unless they want to help themselves. It's a sad world we live in, but they get it eventually or they don't. And then they either get on the Instagram and abuse people through the keyboard, or they get off their ass and make a move.
Good chat, Liam.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Derek.
Jesus. Anyway, so father of four. Actually, no, we're still talking about footy. We're still talking about France. Come back from France.
Sidetrack.
We got a bit sidetracked.
That's all right. My fault again. That's all right.
That's okay.
I'm throwing
You're the guest. You
boomerangs
can
around
go
here.
wherever you want to go. We'll just
Yeah,
try and
yeah,
come
yeah.
with
That
you.
was 15 feet, just making me a bit confused. Don't know where to look, when it starts, when
Sorry,
it ends.
sorry.
What's it go with the two phones there? You're doing some naughty things.
No, I'm not. I'm
Bat
not.
phone?
This is content phone. So this is my wife's old phone. This is I've only got a SIM card in that one, and
So which one's the bat
I've
phone?
actually just filmed myself skating down the street trying to get it to you guys. So I'll post that up for you guys later and share your potty. Like
Mad.
a bit of content.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
So 58 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel camera on the iPhone 4. So I can't use that camera, but that's what my SIM.
Why don't you put the SIM card in another phone?
I should do, but I haven't transferred everything over.
Oh,
yet.
so
it's
this is just a
pain in the
recent
ass.
thing, is it?
It's yeah, just recent, and like all my music and shit's on this one. So
It's funny how you see someone like a man with two phones, you instantly think suspicion, eh? Like,
Yeah,
For me, anyway, if I see one of my mates with two phones, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
no, so like other main reason, trying to film stuff when you train at the gym, and music don't go hand in hand. So in terms of like my brand and stuff now, it's like I try to showcase my training and stuff. So I can't film and listen to and sometimes music in the gym is like pretty ratchet. So someone puts on some dodgy playlist and I'm like, I don't want to listen to emotional shit right now. I want to listen to shit that makes me throw a weight through the roof. So I'll go headphones in and I can still record my shit. So
Okay, makes sense.
So-
yeah.
You get to the Roosters, right?
Yep.
You sign a contract with the Roosters, and I heard somewhere like in your deal you said my garbage run is a priority or something. I have to be able to do both. How was that conversation? How did that go down?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a like an exact conversation, but I just said to her, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Like so when I'd signed the Roosters, they'd signed me over from my Wyong deal and bumped me up to something better. But it was still like boys on the fringe. They're not making that much money. So I thought, look, I've come this far. I'll just keep doing it. I could manage the week. A playing week in terms of training is comparative to preseason is like pretty easy, man. Like it's big Tuesday, like cruisy Monday, big Tuesday. Well, for us at Roosters in the back end, it was big Thursday, cruisy Friday. Like, and I'd actually come in on I'd work if we didn't play on the Sunday. I'd work it so that I'd do my Sunday night run, and that was my recovery done. So come Monday, I was flying.
So you see Sunday garbage run running 8Ks is recovery?
Just a light sesh.
But it's
Just a light sesh, yeah.
Look, you're forgetting the mileage that I'd done beforehand, right? I do see where you're coming from in terms of total volume.
Yeah.
But once you've adapted to that, then
Once you're doing it,
total
Once you're
mileage
used
is fine. Like David Goggins runs like how many miles that
25
Ned
a
Brockman
day.
just ran across.
25 a day.
Yeah, 100Ks a day.
Yeah,
for
so
long.
once you adapt, like it's actually not too bad.
It's
I mean,
doable.
look, I'm sure there's sports science people out there that are saying the otherwise, but
Overtraining.
if you listen to every single sports science person ever on everything they say, you'd never do anything because
Yeah,
they're
it's
like,
very
you're
important.
done. Like
That's
you
very
got to
important.
take it with a grain of salt. You know, you got to like make a judgment call on it yourself.
I
And,
did a
like, if
garbage
can
run.
handle it-
I did a garbage
actually,
run.
that's
one
right. You did
time.
come and do a garbage. Right?
Yeah.
You actually Powasa actually came and did one as well.
Yeah, I did
So-
a full shift, 6 hours.
Yeah, and still
It was,
filthy that I
saw the
didn't.
boys absolutely tossing shit. I could not believe the pace.
Yeah.
I had a big night, like, and I rocked up, like, you know, just not feeling great. And the first hour was the biggest wake up call. I was blowing, like,
Yeah,
full on
sweat-
blowing.
sweating
No one
bullets.
walked, no one jogged. It was out of the car, almost a sprint. Bin in, let's go.
You
on
were
repeat.
actually with the king that night. He was he's a monster. That bloke. The bloke's like he'd be 60 plus.
Yeah, to make matters worse,
This
this guy's
bloke-
old, bro. He
He's
was
sprinting,
old
and he's got
geezer.
like broken ankles, busted wrist, busted shoulders, and he just hammers through.
OG didn't speak, head down.
Yeah.
He was in, out. He was looking at me like I'm shit. Like, I knew he was judging me. I was like, mate, I don't know what you want from me. Like, this guy's looking at me like, and he's like glaring his eyes, just bin in, bin out, boom, boom. I'm just like,
he's a seasoned vet. He's actually a product of Holy Cross College as well.
2 hours
There's
in.
actually about 12 blokes from Holy Cross College that are on the Inner West Council. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a
I don't
bad
know.
None
either.
is- none
Good
is-
pedigree. Yeah.
Mate, I'm not gonna lie. I
Some
remember,
fit humans out of that school.
I remember how that come about. I was like, mate, Eloni, let me know if you ever want to shift. I was like, got a bit extra time. I was thinking, got a bit. I'd like to get a bit extra cash, whatever it was. And I was like, rocking up to the shift. I was thinking I was getting paid. And I was just like, we never really talked about it. It was an awkward conversation. I was a bit young and I was like, all right, it'll come up. It'll come up. So I did this 6-hour shift. I was-
6 would have been like 4.
Nah, bro, it was 6, man. Maybe 16.
You did.
I don't
We
know.
not finish at 10.
was at
I've never
least-
finished a shift at 10
It
o'clock
was
at
at
night
least
ever.
15 hours.
It was 4 o'clock. It would have been a 7 o'clock finish, I reckon.
Yeah,
That's
probably,
that would have been
probably
what?
8
It would have been a
o'clock, probably
sprint.
like 6 hours.
Would have been
I
a
don't know.
sprint.
Anywhere between 5 and 10. I can't remember. It was so long. It was so
Liam,
hard.
Liam actually told me that he did the shift, and the first thing he said was, "I actually never got paid for that. I'm still waiting." So
I sent my
saw that.
invoice into
I
the
saw that.
council. Hasn't been paid.
We would have got sacked.
was that sweet just to bring like randoms onto the
Hell
garbage truck
no,
cruise?
hell no. But I reckon it's turned you into the person that you are because you now appreciate what you have.
One shift.
That one shift.
One shift.
No. Look.
Or doing the one unpaid
It
work.
teaches you like how to be tough. You know, like
Are you saying the garbage work in general, or not being paid for it? Which is
Yeah, the emotional
Okay, yeah,
toll
yeah.
it
I
took.
remember Vinny
to be
Lulawai
abused
saying
by
one
the
day
system.
that sometimes you got to do work unpaid. You know, it's the reps that count. The reps is the real work. You know?
Yeah.
I remember Vinny Lulawai. So my first foray into full-time training.
Regardless.
So yeah, do you reckon I'll get that cash soon or
It's been like 5 years now.
with
5
interest? That's 8,000.
Yeah.
Inflation as well.
Current interest rates.
Inflation, yeah.
It's gone up.
It's enough to buy a
I
truck.
reckon that was the best shift anyone's ever done.
Real quick, real fast.
We'll
We finished
do
in
that.
record time, so
Yeah. Are you still working on the? Is he still doing the garbage work?
still on the council. Yeah,
Still on the council?
Yeah.
Still
yeah.
love it?
Oh, look, I do it for the perks. I wouldn't
perks
say I
being-
love it. Like who in all rights would enjoy picking up like 8 tons of garbage a day?
Yeah, no, I
Like,
understand that, but like
it's the perks of the job, right?
Terminology got me like, oh, you got squirted. I got like a bit of milk on me or something. They're like, oh, you got squirted. I was like, what? Like, and then little things happen and little things happen. They just kept saying these
8-day-old milk on your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eating
they'll tell me
bingers.
hectic stories like a hot ass day. This milk just burst over this new guy. And he's vomiting and everything. It was like the constant smell of shit. Like I was like, I was listening. How does this happen? Like,
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up when you get either human shit or dog shit.
Why is there human shit in the garbage
Well, I don't
bin?
know.
I mean,
It's
it
in
makes
there,
it worth
man.
it if you're getting paid, but you know,
What's
I
that? Can you tell the
You get
I don't
paid
know.
in time, man.
that's a perk.
Can you tell the difference between dog and human shit?
Yeah, they smell different.
There you go.
Taste it.
That's definitely human.
You can taste it.
So you're in the truck now. You're driving now. Is that safe to say you've upgraded, or are you still in the back?
Are you
I
driving?
wouldn't
You're off
say
the
it's-
tools. You
No, I
cat.
always drove. I drove from day one.
Yeah, but you're on the tools. You're running around.
I was on the tools. I prefer to run. Running's more. I don't
So
know.
why
I just I,
don't you?
I like
Get
the
more out of
sweat.
it?
It's killing my back driving. So
Yeah, true. Sitting down doing
yeah,
nothing.
it's just
So
it's
the
not
perks.
great.
Sorry,
You paid more or less
you
driving?
said the
You get paid
perks.
more, yep.
What are the perks exactly? Sorry.
Start early, finish early. We'll
That's
just
2
leave
perks.
it at that. Yeah. Well, I know starting early is not a perk. Like no
yeah,
one,
yeah.
by all rights, no one biologically should be up before 6 a.m. You know, you should be rising with the sun. You know,
Gotcha.
circadian rhythms. I love my biohacking and stuff like that. It
to say
doesn't
that.
tie into that, but it enables me to finish early enough time to get a decent gym session in. I look around and see these guys like, oh man, it's hard to get in a gym session. You know, so I'm thankful that I have a job that allows me. Well, I'm thankful that I have a job that allowed me to pursue a professional sporting career, and now I still get to live out like my life in terms of like going to the gym and training and just still being active. You know, like, I mean, it is an active job, but I'm not currently in picking up bins section anymore. So I'm
Upgrade.
there's. I don't know if it's ever an upgrade if you're working in that field, but
Well, if
it's
you're not getting squirted by off milk, I think that's an upgrade.
yeah,
If you're not getting human or dog
that's right.
shit
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
your skin, I
That's
think
a
you're
win.
winning. That's a winning. That's a
Yeah,
perk.
okay, that's a win.
Another
Sick,
perk.
Yeah. That's a perk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perks are
No poo today.
look. I got to spend the whole day yesterday at my daughter's athletics carnival. So yeah, finish
You
work
only
early
got 4
enough to-
kids. You're gonna have another one soon.
Oh, we would
What's
love
for?
to. We would love
Get a
to. I know.
Tarago, fill the Tarago up.
We're just getting. We're about to get a Care Carnival, so upgrade to the big 8-seater van. So
Carnival or carnival?
Carnival.
Is it
I don't
double
know.
A?
I don't know. Is there an E?
No,
on
no,
the
it's
end
one
there?
A.
Yeah, no,
There's
like kind
definitely
of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a can. Like,
Very
how would
extravagant.
Aussie say? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a real Aussie.
I think for
Carnival,
Gene,
mate.
yeah, and for Gene, it's carnival.
Carnival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
carnival.
Hula.
Carnival.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, I think we're getting sidetracked. You're getting sidetracked.
Are we?
I
No.
want to talk about his career when he was playing.
Okay, yeah. So you debuted at what age?
I was 29 years and
that's
300 and
crazy.
something years.
Almost 30.
Years.
290
29, almost 30. That is
Which might as well have been 290
Yeah.
bloody years.
Why didn't you give up? What were you fighting for? You just wanted to hit that goal.
Proving people wrong?
Yeah, probably just proving people wrong. You know, it's I mean, I'd set that goal to play for Fiji when I was a kid. When I was 16, I wanted to be like Rupenny and represent Fiji, pay homage to my dad and his like bloodline. That you know, yeah, I don't even know. I wrote it down somewhere when I was in school. Actually, my mum pulled it out.
No way.
We had I wrote it down on a whiteboard somewhere. Mum's like, look what I found under your pile of shit that you had sitting around at our house.
Human or dog?
Human, probably mine.
Just leave that stuff hanging around. Far out.
But I find like, and this is what I tell like young kids that I talk to about who want to sort of ever achieve it. You know, you got to write that shit down physically, like pen and paper. Write it down somewhere because it's weird how many times you pull that pen and paper out again, and you're like, oh, I actually achieved that goal. So there's some weird black magic, there's some
Put it out to the
metaphysics,
No, you know what?
universal.
Yeah.
Toby hates this manifestation
I
stuff.
do.
Put it out what you want and like see what comes back.
Yeah, I
and
disagree with it fully. Just-
Spirituality and like it's not for Toby. If it's not logical, it's not in front of him. Doesn't believe it.
Yeah, I would touch it.
Yeah, you gotta be able to touch it,
Well,
yeah.
pen and paper is touching it.
Yeah, you're right. But like writing something down, I mean, just do it. Like, you know.
Yeah, but like write your goals down. Write your 5-year goals.
I did
down.
actually
See
write-
what
no, I
happens.
wrote
Put out what
goals
you want in
down.
the world until it
Did you
comes
never write
back.
that down on your path? Because you were late.
I was late bloomer.
Yeah,
24
24, yeah.
was when I debuted.
Yeah.
But
like 18.
Sorry?
That's different. That was your virginity. Sorry.
lol, nice. So no, I actually wrote some goals down for this year, but then I hurt myself. So, but
And
they
then
could be
you
for next
shaved your
year.
head and went full Britney.
Yeah,
It could be
the,
next
the,
year.
the weird thing about writing stuff down is you don't know when it's going to happen, but
Yeah.
it's there.
It's a North Star.
At
You're
some
aiming at
point when you
something.
pull that out, you're like, oh shit, I actually
and you
didn't
can think
realize
about it, but like
'Cause you'll
you put
forget
out
about
there
it
and
at
make
some point.
real. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it at some point. So well, it's the first thing I've ever written down. Because Luke Lewis was telling me about this as well. Shout out to Luke Lewis. He big believer in manifestation, writing things down. Like he has a crazy mind too about like, what he wants to achieve in business and in life. He says that he wants to.
Did you have him on?
Not yet. We're gonna have him on.
Yeah. Because he's got his gym and stuff, yeah?
He's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
heaps
I
of stuff.
know he's doing the
He's a
Reggie
busy
stuff.
boy.
He said before he buys his own private jet, he wants to build a certain amount of hospitals in developing countries.
Holy hell, he sounds like the guy I need to talk to. That's cool.
Yeah. So he's like, that's how he.
Say hospitals?
Yeah, he wants to build a certain amount of hospitals in developing countries before he can buy himself a private jet. That's like where his head's at, you know.
Yeah, right.
He wants to do a certain amount of things for humanity before he can do something for himself. So he's very much into it. And
Impressive guy.
Impressive man, yeah.
But he's huge into manifestation and you know cultivating your dreams and goals and all that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Toby's not a fan.
I reckon just go.
We're gonna get there.
Just work hard, go to the gym, you'll be fine. That's
That's what everyone does. Yeah.
million reps.
I'm sure that's how Steve Jobs created Apple. Just like fuck, I'm just gonna think and work hard. And,
I'm just thinking.
I always go Elon Musk. He's gonna work hard and go to the gym and just like it'll happen. You know, these guys have done all these amazing things.
So
They're
all
gonna
these guys
just like burst from like just sitting there and thinking about it. Like no, they just put that stuff out there. And they gotta think.
So you reckon Steve Jobs, Elon Musk wrote down, I want to be a billionaire one day, and then they just did it one day.
Money.
Is that
Like
what you
the
think?
process of like creating new things and like the imagination that comes along with it, and like the manifestation. I'm sure. Like I'm not. Do you reckon Elon Musk started doing what he's doing to make money? It's just a byproduct. You want to do different shit and say, F you, I can do whatever I want.
Swear. Blame for. Beep.
Swear jar.
Anyway, you're wrong, I'm right. Yeah. So, moving on. 232 days.
Did you ever want to quit?
Something like that.
Did you ever want to quit?
No, hell no. I still want to keep going now. I never wanted to stop. I had to stop not on my own terms, which sucked big time, but I still want to be throwing elbows at you two.
Like
could throw an elbow, just quietly. Could throw the lead elbow.
I recall. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. So, how many games did you end up playing?
9. Which,
9 games.
Look, I know, yeah, it's cool, mate, and all, but like I played pretty much like not many, which is I know it's in my head.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
got there.
I know. I know. I got there. But
You achieved your dream. You never quit. You never gave up. That's like honestly, that's
In
for
itself.
me taking that lesson out of that, like complete resilience. You know, you aim for something. You didn't get there. You kept trying. 29. People quit at 24, 25, get a normal job, whatever it is. Massive achievement, mate. Honestly, it's massive.
Were you the oldest Roosters player? Do you know today?
I was the oldest ever.
Oldest ever? Currently?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was, and then Desi Nichols picked me. Desi Nichols and I went to school together. Desi, I remember having a conversation with Sean O'Sullivan. And he's like, "Is that something to really be proud of?" And then I was in my head, I was like in two minds about it. And I guess it is, but at the same time, it's not. So it's like I don't know.
Double-edged sword.
Sorry.
Double-edged sword, kind
Yeah.
of.
It's so I guess Desi picked me at being an old one. Like it was cool because we grew up playing together from when I moved over into his area I played with his older brother and he would come and play with us. It was cool to see his part too, you know. So we both sort of went a similar path and got to play in the top grade at similar times. So
That's unreal,
yeah, it was cool.
I wanted
15 Fiji caps too.
Yeah,
They played for your country.
15 times, more than a
games. Played
Actually,
9 more than a lot.
I had I ended up. I think at one point I was the highest try scoring front rower for Fiji. So I'm just going to claim. I don't know if that's actually true. I'd scored 3 tries. I don't know how many other guys that scored front rowers that scored.
Claim it.
Okay, wingers would have scored a million tries for Fiji.
Fact-checked it. Yeah,
but no, Ben de Comboy has actually pipped me. So did you play with Benny?
Who's that? Never heard of him. Don't worry about
Who's
it.
that? No, I don't think so.
No, he played at
I've
Melbourne.
heard of that
Gold
Eloni
Coast.
Vunakece from the Cathay guy. I've heard he scored 3. That's the most, isn't it?
I think that's
No, I know for a fact he's beaten me. So no, he's a really good dude. One of the most humble humans you ever come.
Producer Dan it is the highest of all time. There you go.
Yeah, someone's going to take it off him. Apparently, I don't know what happened. Controversy.
Gone.
Anyway, were you going to say something?
I was going to ask. So you touched before that you didn't get to finish on your own terms.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
You didn't get to finish on your own terms.
Yeah, you know, I'm Fijian. Got the strong coconut head. You know. Well,
you thought.
I thought I did, but obviously didn't. I must have got my mum's skull. Yeah, concussions, they suck. They're grey area in the sport, in all sort of contact sports. And, let's just hope that it's not bad long-term, because if it is bad long-term, then what's the outcome for the game? You know, they'd have to put some measures in place. But then that's in all sports. You know, it's you can't. You know, look, I didn't get to finish on my terms. And if the prognosis is bad long-term, then all right, well, I got to achieve something that like a lot of people in the world will not ever get to achieve. Go to the Coalfest, go to the Cold, go to into contests, in some of the most brutal contests in a non-sort of combat sport that you can go to. So it's, I guess, like you said before, like a double-edged sword. Like it's, like every rep that I trained for was to go to contests, to go into battle, and I got to test myself, and I don't think I'd trade that for. Like I said, like I mentioned before, like I mean, you may get hit by a bus tomorrow, and then if you were to look at your life and you didn't take those risks, then it would have been a boring life, wouldn't it? So
for sure. I mean, I know that like speaking to other sort of guys in our position in the middle of the field, where it's the most combative, you'd say. And I spoke to Liam about it before, just in terms of for me personally, like this job that I'm doing. It's something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid, since I could walk, since I could watch TV. It's all I wanted to do. And as you were saying before, the prognosis long term isn't great. I'm willing to take that risk, honestly, because this is just the absolute, like you were saying before, it's just the dream. Like it's
your life. Every single rep you do, like you wake up and you're like, all right, how do I better myself today so I can be better when it comes contest time? It's just like every fibre of your being is geared towards being better for the contest, and yeah, I don't think you'd trade that for. No way. It sucks if that's the way it goes, but what do you do? Like
that's just the way it goes, like you said.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Go till you can't go anymore.
Yeah.
Not getting carried off, but like.
Yeah, exactly right.
Chase your dream. If you're still fit enough, you're able.
Yeah.
No decision really for me.
No, for sure. So I was going to say, so the decision to retire, was that sort of based on yourself, doctor's reports, a sort of combination of the two?
Yeah, I'd had a heat, like my last year. I was getting knocked out probably every sort of not out. I had 3 big concussive events. One when I was 19, one at Roosters training, of which I don't remember. That was my first year, but my option there was okay. So I remember I got smacked by Boydo.
Yep.
And then
that would hurt.
Smacked by Napa about 5 minutes later.
That would hurt more.
I got knocked both of them. But I was on training trial, and this was before the training trial. I didn't even know there was training trial stuff. Yeah. When I finished the training trial stuff coming in, I was like, so you mean to tell me you could have paid me the whole time I did the whole preseason?
You don't get paid.
No.
How'd that feel?
Sweet.
How'd that feel?
It's funny. Vinny Luluai popped up at training one day. He's like, we get fucking paid for this shit.
No
and I
way.
looked at him and I was like, hey, he's getting paid. I'm just here running around the field.
I missed the boat.
I got a free pair of boots.
I got the 16s. I didn't get a free pair of boots.
Oh, true.
I was lucky to get training gear.
Hurts, eh?
That does hurt.
I loved it. If I was playing for money, I would have retired a long time ago. I was making like $5,000 a year playing at Tigers, man. And I did that for like 4 or 5 years. It was costing me money to play footy. So any money I got out of footy, it was just a bonus. I didn't really give a shit. I wanted to go to the Coalface, I wanted to go to the Cauldron. I wanted to fight. I wanted to go to the contest. So that's what the tick for me.
How'd you deal with retirement? Obviously the way you did. Didn't go on your own terms, sort of forced into it through injury. How did that go for you? What'd you go through?
Look, I would say I'm still pretty lost. I'm lost in the sense that I can't I'd still look at my day through like a footy lens and be like, look at my week, like I prep for a week. It's given me skills to apply to other stuff that I do now, but I still miss it. Like I still miss it a lot. Like I'm lucky I get to coach my kids now, so I get to relive sort of their footy week.
Yeah, a bit of a fix.
Yeah, a bit of a fix. I guess I do miss footy a lot, but
what do you miss the most?
No, just the heat of the game, mate. Like a big game, big moments in big games, like the pressure, like in a game, and if you can execute the skill at that time, and like just the pressure of the whole moment. I remember like one of Trell's like early tries at Roosters was it was literally like a replica of playing in the park with your mates, Like, remember Fergo was in the corner, like was falling and like just threw a pass to Skidzy, like just swung one to me, and I just caught it and just threw it over my head to Nugget threw it to Latrell, and Latrell scored under the sticks, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like I used to muck around. This is what like playing in Fiji in the village was like, Like I didn't get to go to Fiji many times, but like that's what it was like. So those reps kick in, like you don't know when those reps are going to kick in, but at some point they will. So, I guess I miss. I don't even know why I went off on that tangent, man.
Yeah, like when you finish footy and you had to, you were.
I miss
faced with
those.
the next chapter of your life.
Yeah.
And the turmoil that come with it, you would have probably experienced a fair few emotions, some bad, some good, but it would have been a very tough time. Like, what were you going through? How did you sort of deal with that in that time?
I still reckon I'm, like I said before, I still feel like I'm dealing with it because I don't have that fix as much now. But it's, I guess you just got to learn to focus your energy into other avenues. I guess one way to look at it is like this: like partition in your mind, and just know that you probably will never get that fix again, so you can just deal with it, and then it's done. And then you focus all that same energy that you would apply to that area into whatever's next, and that may be a multitude of things. The good thing about footy I found is like you can network with so many people from so many walks of life. There's so many footy fans who go out of their way just to come up to you and introduce themselves to you. And like they may be an owner of a massive company of some brand that you really like using their product or whatever, you know.
Liam's massive on that, yeah. Liam is massive on that. Does not mind.
It's networking, man. There's nothing.
Just networking.
There's nothing wrong with networking.
We have like the privilege to meet people that want to meet us and like.
And give you money for all the things you can do.
Just like you meet people with like you would never meet otherwise.
Look,
like,
money's a bonus, man. Like I'm the fan of the connection.
Well, Liam loves the bonus. That's the whole thing.
I like meeting people I'd never meet, having like interesting conversations with intelligent people that I would never usually.
I know they're putting their cash right in your skyrocket, brother. You love it.
I don't get paid, mate. I just like I'm grateful to meet people that I would never meet and have conversations I would never have.
Which if you weren't playing footy, you wouldn't get those. You wouldn't get those opportunities, you know.
Wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly right.
Wouldn't met you. I would have been sick.
That would have
been so good.
Oh,
damn it. To dream.
Anyway,
how did you two meet?
So it's almost like
how did we meet?
Yeah,
great story. Clearly, you don't listen to the podcast. So
I listened to snippets before, but because you meant 4 kids, you try and juggle 4 kids.
No, I don't want to do that ever. Me and Liam and I met when I was playing for Redcliffe.
Yep.
The year after we played against each other, 2018, grand final for Redcliffe. He came up and watched some Manly boys that were in my team, and we met in the sheds, nude, hugging, dancing to a song.
Of course, yes, normal. Yeah.
the front piggyback.
Piggyback.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Perfect. Yeah. Leapfrog.
Like standard, pretty standard.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you meet all your friends?
Yeah. Nude Olympics. Great way to bond with the boys.
Yeah. Oh, Dan, we got a noise out of
Not a
Dan
fan?
from Nude Olympics.
He's
he's where's the olive oil?
Over there.
Just getting my dick out, guys.
It's a kids podcast, right? This is a kids podcast.
Oh, I love you, Dan.
You dirty boy. You
You're
just saved your
fired,
job
but I
for the
love
day.
you.
You saved your job for the day.
Yeah. You're still fired, Dan.
Yeah, but you're still fired. Yeah.
How did Ninja Warrior come about? I remember seeing you on there with your Mad Rig.
Ninja Warrior. Through Gal, the G Train.
Paul Gallen.
Yeah.
Was he on there?
No. Yeah, he was. He was on there before me.
I don't remember
so
that.
Bowie was on there.
I remember Bo on there.
And
Yeah.
G Train was on there.
Surely he was terrible.
No, he made semis. He was good.
What?
Yeah, he's good.
Oh, okay.
He didn't actually remember that he went on there. I saw him at the 19s Origin last year, and I mentioned this. Oh, yeah, how'd you find Ninja? Then he goes, Ninja. I was like, remember you were on Ninja? Like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh wow.
Anyway, yeah. So go get your mind checked. Hope he's all good. Not remembering that.
Brother, hope you're all good out there.
Hope you're a good boy, G.
Yeah. So Ninja came about. So Gal and I have the same manager. Gal pulled out of the show, and
You just couldn't
Dave
wait to
rang
get
me
your
and
rig
said,
out,
"Oh
eh?
mate, yeah, nah."
Not even joking
I'm a
up, but we used to
best
finish field sessions. Lonnie would get naked first with his boots still on. His boots would be on and everything else would be off. Like he was that keen to get naked.
No,
and get
I
the
was
kid
just
out.
efficient at getting my kit off. So the
Why
shorts,
boots last?
So you think
boots
like
are
top,
first,
you go
mate.
top down.
Boots
you go top
are
down.
first.
Sit down.
Studs, dirt, everything.
No.
No.
last.
So he's
Look here, top off,
Yeah.
shorts off, body sign shorts off,
yeah.
and then socks. And
Here's
then
the
after.
hole in that theory, though. So you're either doing one of two things, right? You're either sitting bare bumhole on whatever you're sitting on, or
Sweaty.
You forget
sweaty
what
as.
I did for a job. Like, do you think I give a shit
No,
about
no.
germs?
I'm talking about people around you. I'm talking about
It's all about you,
Oh,
mate.
right, right,
It's all about
right.
your
Yeah.
peers, you know, like me. I just
Or even like pretty worse option, you're bending over if you don't want to sit down and don't want to do germs and don't want. I want to
He
be
was a
a good
bender.
teammate.
He was a
Yeah,
bender.
if you're a bender, what a view from behind from your teammates. I'm all for it. I'm just saying, others out there wouldn't be.
there's some that weren't. You know, I didn't mind.
Yeah.
But I
you're a
did see
student-
the face of others that
were like,
were
oh,
A, jealous, B, very shocked.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a bit. It was a
But it's good to
confronting
hear
scene.
you were a nude shower.
Yeah, it's really they're
It's the
rare
only
these
way.
days.
You're showering undies at home.
Mate,
What?
Oh no, mate,
It's just freaks.
100%.
Freaks.
What are they
Like,
doing?
I'm scared of them. I'm
But like-
scared of people.
but-
I don't trust people that shower with their budgies. What are you doing?
You know what's
No
weird?
way.
Like, because in footy terms, like, 20, 30 years ago, everyone was naked, right? What has happened over these past few years,
People got
decades?
soft. People got soft and scared. I don't know.
I agree
The
with
world we
that.
live in today, I'm afraid of.
I'm asking our
future.
guest, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I was when I was rowing.
Rowing's a big one.
There's just all older boys there. They're like, "What are you showering your undies for?" They used to bash us if you showered in your undies.
Mad.
So
When you're
I was like,
fluffing, they wouldn't like that either.
never.
You know, they wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
They would not like that one
Never
bit.
hated it.
You can't shower with.
No, rowers love fluffing, man.
Yeah,
Rowers
I bet
love
they
fluffing.
do.
Yeah.
I bet they do.
What was your
That was
event?
some
Were you
hard
an 8 or a 4, or
What was
were you a sculler in the?
I rode singles, doubles, quads, fours. I only rode in an 8 like a couple of times, and that was pretty cool. Like just the power that was generated.
Yeah,
from that
the
thing.
speed, huh?
Sorry, this is the weirdest conversation.
Yeah, we got
Sorry,
Everybody's
yeah.
talking about wrong. What the fuck?
Everyone is all
GPS,
asleep.
GPS rugby.
Yeah, no,
Power.
I used
So
to
much
ride for that.
power.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, where is that at? Where'd you go?
Scott's.
Oh,
You guys
right.
talk, I'll go.
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, I'll just leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah.
for round chat. Yeah.
We'll talk art podcast.
No, I, in terms of like respect for sports, like boxing, massive, and then rowing, man, that's a fucking,
It's the hardest
a
sport
hard
ever.
It's not an easy sport
Sounds
at
fun,
all.
hasn't
It's
it?
just not fun, yeah.
It's not fun. No.
Now we haven't got
The early starts are probably what sort of set me up on my sort of how my brain works. So
yeah, true.
early starts are look, I fucking hate them, but
Early finish.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Reality TV star, I said earlier. So Ninja Warrior was where he started.
The Apprentice, you're on The Apprentice too?
On The Apprentice, following that.
Yeah, Celebrity Apprentice.
How'd that go?
Well, I was skating and I just saw my phone ring and I was like,
We
yeah,
get it,
hello,
mate. You
and they're
skate.
like,
We get it, you skate. You got a skateboard here.
Yeah, but it's just weird. Like every time someone's like, "Oh, what's up next?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm gonna go and skate," and then
something will
wait till
happen.
my phone rings, and then something will come up because that's
Have
what
you ever been
happens
skating for a
every
couple of weeks? So I can get. What if your phone doesn't
I just
ring?
got
You
to
just
start
don't get the
skating last
skateboard.
week, so-
Sorry,
No,
babe,
no, I
can't
get-
come home. Phone hasn't rung yet.
time. Wait for this
I know you
phone
can
call.
feed the kids.
I just got to wait for this.
This
phone
is my
call.
process. I've got to skate till the phone comes. I know it's been 2 weeks, but I'll see you soon. I miss you. I love the kids. Send my best.
I'll send some money when I get it.
When I get the call, we get the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, eat the youngest.
But anyway, you were Jesus. So you were skating. Got the call. Who called you?
I don't even. Oh, it was someone at Warner Brothers. But I was like, it was just a random phone. I was like, hello. They're like, yeah, it's Whatsy from Warner Brothers. We're wondering if you're interested to come on the show. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll the dice and say I got no idea what I'm doing, but I'll try.
I'm so tired of skating. So I knew that.
I can quit skating for
My
a couple of
quads
months.
are burning. Thank God you called.
And Benji ended up winning it, so it was pretty cool. Like I
How'd you go?
had never really had much to do with
He's
Benji.
mad,
It took me
eh?
about 20 years to get a handshake out of him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just found like the Tigers boys were like pretty. I guess the NRL boys are. I don't know if it was just like they're like too good for everyone or something, or just like I was at Tigers for like 6 years, and like I feel like at Roosters when. I knew it was from Robbo and a French thing. Like you had to like shake hands with everyone. Like it was like you broke the ice from day one. Whereas I found the Tigers boys was like
Standoffish, their own clicky.
pretty standoffish, yeah. And I remember having a chat to like later after I'd finished playing footy, and I was helping out the Fijian boys at one of the nines, the international nines tournaments we had, and all the Kiwi boys came in. I was like Zane came over and said g'day, and Benji sort of squeezed his way in and stuck his hand out and said, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like I had to earn his respect, you know, after like trying for 15 years, which I feel like if there's a kid around, I remember Trell had a thing. He said he hated. I'm not sure I'm getting the story exactly right, but it's the story that I have in my head. Right, had this thing with JT. Tried to get JT to sign something for him when he was a kid, and JT like he made me like I know like it's pretty hectic after a footy game, right? And JT like brushed him. So Trell, I'm pretty sure from the story that I got was that he hated him forever for it. But I was like, okay, if you can spend 2 minutes with as many people as you can, then they're going to walk away from the encounter going, man, that bloke was a really nice person. So
Nice. How'd you end up going to this Celebrity Apprentice? Where'd you sort of finish up?
what I finish up? I think I'm the most fired ever contestant on the show. So
Yeah?
I
Can
don't
you
know if
get
that's a
fired
good
more
thing
than
or bad
once?
thing.
I thought you get fired once and that was
I
it.
do get fired more than once.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Like a
You
producer
get
Dan.
fired once, fluff your way back in.
Fluff my way back in, that's right.
Fired twice.
No,
Producer
so
Dan, fluffing. This could be a way for you to get back in the show.
He's keen. Look at him.
Okay.
Frothing at the mouth.
I'm not going to say it publicly, guys.
He's either frothing for a fluff or a McFlurry. I don't know. Either
One of the
two.
two. You like
Or
that
both.
One. You like that one. Yeah. How was the experience as a whole? Obviously, business and all that sort of stuff was a bit.
Man, it was big, big eye opener for me. Like the boys were rolling around. Like Benji, I think Benji put in like 120 grand, like our first day. It was in like the first like half an hour.
He made that much.
Yeah, so like we had to
Alright.
raise. So what's that? Just making phone calls, got calling in all. So that basically
You'd
they
have a
say
lot of contacts,
to you,
yeah.
massive,
Everyone
bro.
wanted to touch
Yeah,
bands,
everyone,
right?
everyone. Like I remember when we were at Tigers, and he would have just had that many. Like he was ringing. I think he rang. Who's the big dog at the NRL? What's his name again?
Vlandis.
Rang Vlandis. Vlandis like bang 50 grand.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
these blokes are just dropping massive coins.
It's kinda cheating.
I never really realised, like, sorry to butt in, like how, obviously, when you're a kid, Benji Marshall was this huge thing. Like, he was a massive superstar. And then obviously, like, get a bit older, like, he sort of, moved around a bit, out of the NRL, back, whatever it was. And then when he came to South, like, you know who he is. and you respect him, and like he's this massive phenomenon. But like I didn't quite understand like how big he really is. Like when the fan days, everyone's just going nuts over Benji.
Everyone
Like
loves him.
everyone wants to talk to him. He's just this huge thing.
Yeah.
So I
Superstar.
don't realize how
Yes.
superstar status.
Superstar's probably the best way to describe it, which he was in 2005. He was just the man. He was the man of rugby
5
league.
to 10, yeah.
That was.
But then, he's got a cool aura about him, man.
He's a cool dude, man.
Very cool. He like Sonny too. Like it's got this aura about him. You know? Like,
Yeah, I
it's
remember playing against Sonny and shaking his hand after the game and just being like, "Whoa, dude, that happened." You know what I mean? Like, that was.
I remember he walked in. So there was one. I think it was 2018, and so all the young boys. And like I was lucky enough. Paddy rang me. Paddy was our trainer at Roosters. I messaged him randomly one day. I was like, "Hey, Paddy, what up to today?
You get on with him.
Is our day
hang
off?"
on?
Yeah, you
Yeah, I've heard about him. Yeah.
It was our day off, and I just randomly. I don't know why I randomly messaged him. So what are you up to? And he goes, "Oh, I'm actually in your hood and I'm training with Sonny." He goes, he was at Eddie and Roy Asatasi's gym up in Para. And I said, I told Mel, my missus, I said, "Hey, I'm going. I've got to go. I've got to go to this session." So I just jumped in my car. It was like in 5 minutes I was there, and I was just had a one-on-one session, me, Sonny, and Paddy Lane. It was just like, yeah, watching him do, and this is why I harp on about the reps so much too, because watching him do reps, like every single rep was absolutely perfect, you know. So it's to see how he does what he does, like firsthand, is I don't know, pretty cool experience. So that's why I harp on so much about the reps, you know, like chasing perfection each time. But then seeing those superstars, how they do what they do is a cool experience in itself. So.
Do you want us to break those numbers down again? I don't know. Was it in the podcast? Or was it before the podcast? We had the number breakdown.
Oh no, we had them. They were in there.
It was in there?
I made sure it was in
What
there.
was it?
Yeah.
What were we
Okay.
breaking down?
274 reps a day for 10 years. 1 million reps.
Many reps.
There you go, fans. Everyone trying to get better.
Few
What do you
kids.
get? What do you want to do? Figure it out.
If you want to fluff,
See in 10 years. See in 10 years.
You want to be a
we'll figure
fluffer
it out.
for 274 fluffs a day.
Yeah, manifest 274 times a day. It
doesn't work.
Steve
Doesn't
Jobs.
work.
You never know.
Just work hard. Go to the gym. We'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it. That's great.
I'm pretty sure it's what Elon Musk's motto is.
Yeah.
Why is he not jacked then?
Mind gym. I'm talking about the mind.
Yeah.
the
Right,
You
mind
don't
gym.
know with one of those little chihuahua heads.
Yeah, no, he's doing like crosswords every day, Sudokus, and that's why he's so smart.
That's what
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah, I think he's a bit busy with
Crosswords
some
and
other stuff,
Sudokus.
Twitter takeovers, and
Mate.
trying to build tunnels in LA.
No, this is what I'm telling you. You do enough Sudokus, enough crosswords, equals Tesla.
You heard it here
Man,
first.
I've done my fair share. Ain't got no Tesla yet.
Yeah,
I
but you
actually-
haven't done it
actually-
long
no,
enough,
actually
mate. You
wouldn't-
haven't done it for
I
long enough.
actually
He sleeps
wouldn't
2
buy a
hours a
Tesla.
night, so you stop sleeping. Don't be selfish.
Wait, what time do you go to bed if you get up at 3 in the morning?
Depends if I'm having a PlayStation session or not.
Good answer.
Didn't answer the
playing?
question, but it's a good answer.
Question one bit.
Deflect.
Look, on average 5,
Yeah,
which is
you-
nowhere near enough, and I know that's not.
Yeah, but
gonna
you
help
know
me
what? The
long-term.
whole 8-hour thing's bullshit.
Look, I get FOMO in terms of like I'm missing out on something. Like it's I don't know. I hate I love the idea of sleep, but I hate the actual practice of sleeping. Even though I know how good it is, and I like to think I'm a biohacker.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
someone invented kava in Fiji, so I can hack that whole system. You know.
So you drink heaps of kava and just pass
No, I
out?
don't drink heaps of kava.
I
But I,
did it
should
once
drink,
when I
I
was
should
15.
drink a lot more kava.
Oh, it's good for you.
Yeah, Ruben Wiki swore by it.
Yeah?
Ruben Wiki, wrecked people by just pumping kava. He had a pretty rough upbringing too, man.
That's
So
secret to his life.
he's like just alcohol was pretty bad, so he's like, stuff, I'm never drinking alcohol.
Kava
And
the way
just
to
went
go.
kava
Yeah, right.
and just destroyed people for 20 years or whatever.
He did do that, yeah.
But he's still looking that good too. You know what I'm saying? He was like a Warriors trainer. He's
Man,
looking
he's a
better now.
beast.
He's like Luke Lewis-X. Like
Yeah.
finished his career, got more jacked and better looking.
He's a beast.
Do you remember
man.
playing against either of us? I mean, I'm guessing you... Well, yeah, when you walked in, you said you hadn't met me before, but I remember playing against you. You had no idea
Right,
playing
okay.
against me, so
Okay.
that's nice. But
How old would you have been?
21.
Young gun.
Yeah.
Who was playing your side then?
So for the
Any
Bears...
Fijian boys? Joe Willibauer? No.
No, we had like Bears boys. We had Bulls, FJ, can't remember his real name. South boys, we had like Anthony Charrington came across
Yeah,
that
yeah.
year. Ken Murray, I was his first year in Cup
Yeah, right.
before he did what he did. Who was the other like Bear boys? Ed Murphy. Who else? There? Michael
CJ?
Oldfield.
You said CJ?
Nah, CJ was at Redcliffe with me though.
Ah, okay. He's
Crazy
a madman.
man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a nuts.
Did he ever
man.
play great?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No, he was gonna, but then he got done for steroids.
Oh, did he? Right.
Yeah, no
Alright.
good. Who else was there? I think that was about it, really. But you pumped us as well.
Some
remember
good
that.
battles with the Bears, man.
Yeah, Wyong and Bears were some doozies. I was going to play again, but I was 80th man down in Wyong, so unfortunately I couldn't It's probably why I don't remember you. Are you a guest speaker? Like, do you get paid to sort of be like a...
No.
Instead online.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Hey, if anyone
Well,
wants to chuck me
there's some
in,
interesting headlines or websites about you on I think it's linked, some random thing. Oh yep, guest speaker, this that. So well done, man. Put yourself out there.
Good work.
Making fake things. You know, on Wikipedia it still says that I am the voice for Poe or something in Kung Fu Panda. Some guy hit me up about it. Some kid.
all right.
I don't know where. Hey, I just want to know. Like, is it true? I'm like, what's true? I was like, I heard you're the voice, one of the voices in Kung Fu Panda. I was like, is this a G up? And he sent me the screenshot of my Wikipedia page. Remember, I thought it was Josh. For some reason, I thought it was you or your brother. I was like, who would? No one's done up.
Yeah, I don't think just recently learned that you can actually edit that stuff yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If anyone out there edited my Wikipedia page and put me down for Poe, whoever it was,
Not bad.
lovely work, brother.
Yeah.
Come forward, meet the man, because I want to know, give a big hug, and ask you why, and want to know a bit about you because it's strange.
It
But
is very strange.
yeah, I love your work.
Well, there is one question that we ask every guest. We'll finish on this. The podcast is called Stuck in the Middle. So, Eloni Vunakece, yes, nailed it.
Bang on.
Bang on. Was there ever any point in your life when you felt stuck in the middle of something, rock on a hard place, and you felt like you couldn't get out? And if so, how did you sort of come about? How did you come out the other side?
Yeah, there's been probably 10 or 20 odd times that's happened.
Keen blood, none.
I harped on reps before, and it'd just be fine reps to channel in a different way. I probably like you mentioned before, go to the gym. That'd probably be the best way for me to express it. I go to the gym, just get some good sort of neurochemistry sort of pathways going, and then I walk out a different person, you know. So the gym was usually the answer for me. So I'd be stuck in a rut, go to the gym, train it out. The idea of how to get out of it would come to my mind. And
Go for a skate and just wait to get paid.
yeah,
It's
pre skating days, yeah, just wait for it to happen.
plus skate weight, man.
So yeah,
Skate weight. Wow.
I want to make a shirt of that.
Yeah.
I want to make a turtleneck next time I come.
What are you talking
I don't even know
about?
what that is.
What's that?
All right, Eloni Vunakece, thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. To anyone listening, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Any would you rathers that you would like to ask our future guests? Yeah, just thanks for listening. Any last words?
No, just train hard, work hard, and you surprise yourself with how far you can go. You know, so
Might become Elon Musk, Sudoku, everything else.
exactly right. Sudokus, crosswords,
Yeah.
juggle,
It's all there for you.
Rubik's cubes. Yeah.
Love that.
Opportunities there for you.
He's there.
Yeah.
He's not even hard.
Thank
It's hard
you,
to get there.
Thank you, guys. Love ya.
Cheers, gents.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.